Hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new. If you're new, it means so much if you hit the subscribe button. I do post every single Tuesday and Thursday, but recently I've been doing quite a few videos around my no buy year and just saving money in general, so I will link that above and have a few down below in the description box. First things first, when you embrace good money habits, you're setting yourself up for financial success. So everyone has their own reasons as to why they want to save money, whether it is to eventually purchase something, whether it's a house or a car, or you're trying to pay off debt, or you're just trying to save money for an emergency fund or your retirement and just to be financially stable for the future. As you start to do good money habits, you will definitely see your bank account grow quickly. I wanted to share some of my easy, frugal ways to save money. Frugal living is just being very intentional with your spending and trying to save wherever you can and just doing simple things that's going to make such a big impact on your budget and really help you to save faster. By having good money habits, this will also help you for those times where you get those unexpected money expenses, because those things always just come out of nowhere, and it's always great to have a good amount of savings so that you are ready for those times. So let's just jump right into the simple things that you can do in your daily life to start saving money fast. Plan out your meals every single week. Taking your time and going grocery shopping and meal planning every week is definitely going to save you a lot of money. The number one expense in most households is dining out. And by eating out, you could pay up to a 300% markup, as opposed to if you just ate the same thing at home and made it yourself and bought the ingredients yourself. So you're really paying for the convenience of someone making you your food. Ordering food out, whether it's fast food or going to a restaurant, has gotten so expensive, and if you're eating out every single weekend or multiple times a week, really add that up and you'll start to notice how much of your money and income is going to food. I really have cut down on that. I used to be someone that used to eat a couple times out on the weekends, but I have definitely not done that, and it is currently in the middle of February and I have yet to get any sort of takeout or go to a restaurant. And by doing this, I'm really saving up, and it really is expensive now to go eat. The price of food everywhere has definitely gone up within the last few years. Freeze your food and veggies. Up to 40% of food supply gets thrown out in the average American household. When I first moved into this house, I was having this problem myself, and I really turned to freezing. The number one food item that people tend to waste, and it tends always going to the garbage by the end of the week, is veggies. So whether that's spinach or cucumbers or tomatoes, a lot of people don't end up eating it by the end, and it just goes bad, and then it ends up being a whole waste of money, and you're just throwing out food. So to avoid this, I really started to freeze. By freezing them, this is an excellent way to preserve fresh vegetables at home. If properly frozen and stored, it can last up to 10 months even. Not only just freeze vegetables, but I also freeze things like my meats, and I've even freezed some muffins, homemade muffins. Just seeing wherever you could freeze, you can always Google what you're allowed to freeze and how much longer it will last. But by doing this, it has really allowed me to save money. It allows me to be less wasteful, because by living in this house with just myself and my fiance, sometimes it's a little bit hard to go through all of the vegetables or something like that. So it's so much nicer to just put it in the freezer, and when I'm using it, take it out and defrost it. Unplug small appliances. This is a super simple one to do, but you may not think of this. Small appliances can actually drain electricity even when they are not in use. So just by going around and making sure you don't have things plugged into the walls, you're going to save a little bit more money than you would have if you're just having it there, and it's just so unnecessary for it to be plugged in when it's not being used anyways. So this is just a really easy and simple trick to add and to start getting in the habit of doing. use coupons, discounts, and get things on sales. This is definitely my forte. I'm always looking for good deals. I'm always looking for coupons or wherever I can get money back. That's just a great way to save, especially on the items you already need to buy. You definitely don't want to just buy things because they're on sale and do a lot of unnecessary impulse purchases. I'm talking about things that you have to buy for your household or the necessities. If you can get deals or you can get money back, you might as well, because you're going to have to spend that money already. And all that little savings that you could save here and there is really going to start adding up. So I like to look on different apps, look on different websites to try and get money back. One of my favorite websites is Rakuten. I've talked about them so many times. I've been using them now for years. I will link it down below the website. I do have a referral code, and if you sign up, you will get a free $30 once you make your first purchase. And pretty much what it is it's a cashback site. It has like hundreds and hundreds of stores on the website and stores that I shop at constantly all the time. If you shop through their site, you'll get cash back on all of your purchases if they have the site there. So if you're ordering makeup on Sephora, or you want to buy clothing, or there's even Walmart on there, there's so many things that you could get cash back on, and it really starts to add up. And then I believe quarterly, they send you either a check or they'll send you the money via PayPal. That's definitely added up for me. All of the things that I have to buy, I try to do it through the site so I can go get cash back on it. And I also do look for deals and sales and coupons wherever I can. A lot of the times when I'm shopping at Costco, for example, if you are a member, they do give you a lot of the times coupons and just extra sales. So that's something I definitely use and make sure to look out for all the time. So make sure you just do your research and see what fits your budget. Buy pre-owned. I have done this many times throughout my life, and it's definitely something that's going to save you a lot of money. The biggest purchase I have made pre-owned is my car. I bought my car now, I think like 5-6 years ago, and I bought it pre-owned, and it saved me almost half the price. When I bought my car, it still felt exactly brand new, and I never regret getting my car pre-owned. After that experience, I'm definitely always going to try and find pre-owned, especially when it's such a better deal. Or also just getting pre-owned electronics. You can buy that even at Best Buy. They have a section where it's pre-owned, or you could buy it online. And you can even buy pre-owned clothing. I use the app Poshmark. I also sell my stuff on there, but you can also buy pre-owned home decor, pre-owned accessories, fashions. I will also link my Poshmark referral code down below, because if you sign up with my code NICOLETTAXO, you will get a free $10 credit if you're from the US and a $15 credit if you are from Canada. There's just a difference based on our currencies, of course. I'll have all of that, my Rakuten and my Poshmark, down below if you guys want to get free money when you sign up with my link and with my code for the Poshmark one. But just being open-minded and realizing it's okay sometimes to buy pre-owned, and that's really gonna save you a lot of money. You could buy even things on Poshmark that are brand new for a fraction of the price. So if you can buy the things you wanna buy and just get a way better deal, then why not? That's definitely something I've looked into and has really helped me to save money faster. Buy generic brands. You can save up to 25 to 40% on your bill by buying generic brands or no brands compared to those brand name grocery items. Of course, certain items I've definitely liked better than others, but there's some generic no brand items that taste the exact same and you just cannot notice a difference between the brand name and the no brand. I love buying no brand spices and baking supplies and like medication like Tylenols and stuff like that. You really aren't going to notice a difference. It all tastes the same and you're really just paying sometimes for the brand name. So really being aware of that and saving wherever you can on your groceries, because groceries has definitely gone up and definitely a lot more money nowadays. So it's always great to save wherever you can. Cut cable. There is so many amazing streaming services out there, and for people that have definitely grown up in the new generation, I feel like this is definitely something a lot easier. I am just want to watch stuff on my computer or just watch on a streaming service. I really don't use cable TV anymore. It is very rare for me, and it's just an unnecessary cost for me. If you can and you're someone like me, I definitely recommend cutting cable because that's gonna save you on your monthly bills and just going for an amazing streaming service, whether that's Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu. There's so many. Of course though, they're starting to get too many streaming services. So you don't want to get every single streaming service because then that defeats the purpose, and that's when it really starts adding up. But I have always had Netflix for the longest time and I absolutely love it, and that's pretty much where my favorite shows are now. If I watch other random stuff, I'm watching it on my computer. I'll watch YouTube videos or I'll just find shows through my computer, through the internet, and just cable I just find has been a waste of money for me personally, just because I literally never use it. Find replacements for your single-use products. Single-use products are very wasteful and they're also very expensive, and you always have to keep buying them. So something I've really been trying to find is just options to replace those single-use items. So I'm talking about paper towels, makeup removers, plastic water bottles, plastic utensils or paper plates. Finding different options is going to save you so much money. So I personally don't use any sort of paper plates or utensils. I have my own that I use that I just wash and reuse, of course. I also have reusable makeup wipes. So instead of buying the ones that you have to constantly repurchase, reusable ones, you just use them up, you can wash them and you're good to go. And they work really well as well, and they really get the job done. And they're also a lot less wasteful and just better for the environment. And when it comes to things like paper towels, I have paper towels in my household. However, I really try to limit using it. For the most part, I use microfiber cloths, and I rarely find myself needing to buy paper towels constantly because I will go for my microfiber cloths a lot more often than paper towels. Paper towels are actually quite pricey and can really start adding up. It's good to find items that you can use a multiple amount of times that's going to save you in the long run. Cut items in half. So if you do not have like replacements for your single-use items, something I totally recommend is cutting items in half so that it lasts you double the amount of time. So if you have paper towels, I like to cut them up. I also have cut up napkins because I just find it's way too big, so I'll cut them in half, and that's getting double the amount of use. You can also cut sponges in half as well for cleaning. You can cut up your dryer sheets in half. These are all little things that you can incorporate in your everyday life that's really going to make your items last longer, which means you don't have to purchase it as frequently. All these little things just add up and really allows you to save wherever you can, so you can save more money. Get rid of your landline phones. So this is, I feel like, another one of the newer generation where we're not really used to watching cable TV and using landline phones. We pretty much have our cell phones on us 24/7. And I moved into this house and knew that I didn't even want a landline phone. I didn't want to have to pay for that on a monthly basis because I know I wouldn't use it. Whenever I get phone calls, I just use my cell phone. My fiance and I have our own cell phones, and that is our way of communicating. If you find yourself not using it, just cutting it out so that you don't have to pay for that on a monthly basis, and just using the cell phones that you have. Paying your bills early. Late fees really add up, and a lot of the times when you're not paying your bills early, it's easy to forget about it, and then that's when the late fees happen. It's just so unnecessary. Pretty much just a waste of your money. This has happened to me once before, and I've learned my lesson since because it was such a waste of money. It was just an honest mistake, and ever since then I've started paying my bills a lot earlier. Right when I get the bill, I pretty much pay it, because when you get your bill, you usually have quite a lot of time before the bill's due. So I just pay it right when I get it, because if I don't, that's typically when I forget, and you really don't want to have to spend unnecessary money on late fees and get charged interest. Nobody wants to just pretty much throw their money out. So that is something to make sure that you're always keeping on top. When you get a bill, just pay it if you can right away, so it's out of sight, out of mind, and you don't have to worry. My last tip, which is an overall tip that I like to live by, is live below your means. I have done this since pretty much I started my first job, and this is my number one biggest tip to start doing and incorporating into your life. A lot of people actually live past their means and not below their means. They live to the point where they're overspending and they're living a lifestyle that they really can't afford, and that's making them not be financially stable. So since I started making money at my first job, I really started to learn the value of saving. My parents have really instilled that in me, and something I started doing is living below my means. So I didn't ever live over my means. This is really going to help build your savings account. On top of it, when you do have a savings account, kind of think of it like an out of sight, out of mind thing, where I used to do this a lot, where I had a savings account growing up that I would put my money from work into, and I knew that I just couldn't not touch that. So to me, that was just money I felt like I didn't really have, even though I did have it in a savings account. That's just a great kind of mentality and mindset to live by, because if you feel like, oh, well, I have this amount of money, then that's when people tend to go a little bit overboard and tend to spend their money. So if you have a savings account, pretend like that money does not exist, because you cannot touch that money, and just live with what you have in the now, and always try to live below your means. Find deals, find things that are just not pushing you over the edge and making you financially kind of unstable. Make sure that the amount of money that you make from your job or your work, that's more than your bills. You don't want to be overstretching yourself and also burning yourself out, and kind of you're always going to be stressed every single month. You want to make sure that you are finding a place, let's say even if you're living at a place, find something that's a little bit below your means so you have extra money that you can put aside for savings or have aside for you as an emergency fund. That is all for my simple money saving habits to incorporate and start today. I hope this was useful. These are definitely things that I have incorporated into my daily life and has just kind of become habit now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs it up if you want another one. I could totally do a part 2. And like I said, I will have all the links down below that I talked about, my cashback site, Poshmark, and also just some videos I did in the past. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. I do post every single Tuesday and Thursday. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!